I'm back. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to be back either, but good old RMS Plays is back. To the three of you guys who used to watch this channel, 2 years ago, welcome back, and hopefully the new viewers, welcome. I'm RMS Plays. No, I guess we're going with RMS now. I guess I'm switching up the content. I'm coming back to you guys. I'm gonna make some YouTube boxing stuff, UFC and pro boxing videos. But I thought the best way to start out this new era on this channel, you can say that, will be the top 10 YouTube boxers. Let's go.
Knockout right here. I feel it. I feel it. Look at this.
Could be.
Look at, oh my body.
I don't know if people are going to say L-list or something, but I have FaZe Jarvis at number 10. I think FaZe Jarvis is a fairly technical boxer for this YouTube space. For a guy who supposedly his natural weight is 150 pounds, he's big for 150. I mean, I guess that's why he's going to end up fighting at 170, but his fight against Michael Lee really impressed me, at least, especially for a first fight. And his sparring with Floyd Mayweather, when that came out, I'm like, dang. This guy he's definitely, he takes the sport, I would say, a lot better than a lot of these other YouTube boxers. And I think even though he's a lot smaller than Tom Zanetti, I think he's going to get the better of him. I think he's just going to catch him with a right hand. Zanetti's going to wobble, and I think he's going to hurt Zanetti, honestly. I think Jarvis is definitely going to the next round of the Kingpin tournament, and I think he's a top 10 YouTube boxer, even with how little he's fought so far.
Hopefully he remembers how he set up that shot and he deploys it some more.
When he slips to the outside, that left hook is a natural.
Wasabi is one of those guys that are kind of hard to rank. He has the win against Deji, which is why he's number 9 instead of number 10, because Deji's a much bigger win than Michael Lee is. But Wasabi's clip when he got knocked out by Fuzi, it's not a good look. Wasabi doesn't seem to have a ton of power, but in my opinion, Wasabi is still in the top 10 of YouTube boxers. I don't think he beats anyone higher than him on this list, and honestly, there's a good shot Jarvis beats Wasabi. But I do think Wasabi will be iDubbbz in his next match. I think iDubbbz is okay. I don't know if he's anything special, per se, but Wasabi, he's good at throwing a lot of punches, and I think he's a good YouTube boxer, and that's why I have him at number 9. I need to stop moving this mic around. This is the first time I've ever had one of these mics. All I hear is in the video. I'm sorry, but I'm not retaking that. I really shouldn't, because I've already retaken it a couple times. Off to the next guy.
By Austin McBroom.
I like how McBroom is using that lead hand to make sure it's extended.
Recency bias in YouTube boxing really sucks sometimes, because I think Austin McBroom is by far one of the most underrated YouTube boxers. In that fight where he lost to Gib, spoilers of course, everyone turned on him, and everyone completely forgot that they were picking him to beat Gib. I don't get the whole recency bias, but Austin is good. Yeah, his defense has a lot to work on. But guess what? Every YouTube boxer has big things they need to work on. Jake Paul, Tommy Fury, well, not a YouTube boxer, KSI, Logan, they all have issues that they need to work on. Austin's good. He's fast, he's athletic, and he has power. I don't get what the hate is for people who lose, because Gib is good, but he beat Austin, so now Austin sucks. I think Austin is going to show off some really good stuff in the Kingpin tournament. Whether he beats Gib or not, it's a tough matchup for him. I think once he goes to the loser's bracket, or if he does beat Gib, I think he has some really good matchups there where he's going to show off some really good skill.
You can hear the arenas come to life now.
We've got FaZe Sensei going with that lead left hook. Oh, what a shot with the overhand right!
Kenny back.
Do people just love to forget the fact that FaZe Sensei has some of the best skill by far for YouTube boxing? Yeah, that comes from his karate background, but still, not every person who's going to take up karate is going to be able to box. My friend Anonymous is great at karate, but I think I would slap him up in a boxing match. Just because you have pre-fighting experience doesn't mean you're going to immediately translate that to boxing. However, FaZe Sensei is really good. Yeah, King Kenny may have made it competitive in the fact that Sensei wasn't able to finish him. The ref made sure of that. I mean, Sensei not getting that decision was so bad anyways. Sensei is 1-1. Sure. Sensei's a 2-0 YouTube boxer with some of the best skill by far and would give almost every single YouTube boxer real problems.
Left, straight to his face, and again.
Oh, he's done. Game plan. Oh, big shot. Teller in trouble. It's a knockout.
This is the one that might get me some hate. Slim's a good YouTube boxer. Is he top 5? Slim has a good resume, except for the fact that he hasn't really beaten anyone good. Temper is the best guy on his resume, and let's be honest, Temper hasn't been exposed by anyone with any punching power whatsoever. As long as you go forward and just can take his punches, you're going to knock him out. His chin isn't very strong. Also, Slim's cardio has just been a huge issue for him. The fact that he couldn't take out Ryan Taylor on his second Misfits bout was eye-opening for me to just kind of tell me that Slim has major holes in his game. And I think, well, everyone in his weight class who's on this list would beat him. I could be wrong. This is definitely one of my biggest YouTube boxing hot takes is Slim isn't as good as everyone thinks he is. Slim's good. I'll give him that. He's fast and has some power. But I think his defense and his cardio just need serious work before I can really even see him beating anyone else close to the top 5. And that's just my honest opinion.
Looks like a pro boxer. He really does, for sure. He's a little too good. Yeah,
There it is.
I think
all day. It's there. It's there. Every exchange.
Dip right under that right hand every single time.
See, Bully doesn't need to talk.
Dean is good. Arguably, he's too good. I don't really know how he's an influencer because it seems like he was just a street fighter who Keemstar found and turned into an influencer. I'm not sure if we went ahead and just found like one of the best amateurs in the world and gave him a Twitter. He's now an influencer boxer, but I mean, if that's what he's marketed as, Dean is really, really good. And other than Waleed, who was an amateur like Golden Gloves champ, these guys aren't influencers. But I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna stick with it. But yeah, other than Dean and Waleed, which is basically a 2-man division, like there's just no competition. And I think Dean, there's a good chance he wins that fight again if you can catch him, because I think he knows where to catch him. Waleed is open. A lot of people don't realize Waleed is very open when he throws his punches. And Waleed's good too. I'm not gonna say he's not. Arguably, he should be somewhere on this list skill-wise. He just really hasn't beaten anyone, in my opinion, to really warrant being on the list. But no, Dean is good. Very, very good.
I mean, I can't wait when this is done to look at the scorecard and see how many landed.
Oh, big left hand for Gibbs straight. Oh, big.
Boy, the action is intensifying here in this third round.
And remember what Gibbs said.
Oh, no.
He's got to hold. He's got to hold on here.
This one's over.
Big Gibber. What can I say? I would arguably say Gib is definitely up there on my favorite YouTube boxer tier list. His content is just super good, and I just love the way he fights. Yeah, he has issues, but cardio's not one of them. That Jake Paul fight really exposed him, but if you are exposed in something, the best thing you should do is work on it, and that's what Gib did, which was arguably his defense. Gib has a much stronger defense. It's not like he doesn't get caught. He got caught against Austin. But after that, he got right back up to it, and he was boxing like he was before. I think Gib is super good, and I think he's really good because of hard work. A lot of these guys, like I would say Jarvis or McBroom, or or those two. I don't know why the others didn't come to my brain, but a lot of these guys, they're really good because they're athletic. And Gib isn't that. Gib is that because he loves the sport of boxing and he takes it seriously and he does it a lot. He trains a whole lot. I don't think Gib has the potential to beat the one or two guys on this list. Maybe number two, maybe. But I definitely think Gib has definitely cemented his place right now as number 4, and I think he's going to do great things on the Kingpin tournament. I think he beats Austin again. I hope he beats Austin again, because I don't... if Gib beat Austin the way he beat him the first time, and then Austin beats him in the Kingpin tournament, and then, I don't know, Austin goes on to win it, are they going to have another rematch? Or because you can't... If Austin wins, you can't not run it back, but I think Gib is the favorite to win that tournament by far. And yeah, really big Gibber fan. If you're watching this, you're probably not Gibber, but I love you, man.
Salt Puppy has some of the best hands.
Where Josh should be excelling. He's the longer fighter. Should be touching Poppy from this distance.
Now on the other side of the table, between hard work and skill, Salt Poppy is by far the most skilled YouTube boxer there is. If we're not talking about just guys who they threw in to be influencers, Salt Poppy was an influencer before he was a YouTube boxer. He did TikTok, he did the TikTok dances. He is a influencer boxer through and through. And Salt Poppy is so good. The way he boxes, it looks professional. He might not have been against the best competition. I mean Bruckner is good. I don't know how good Bruckner is, because Bruckner's never really beaten anyone good at all. But just, you can tell the way Salt Poppy boxes, he's a very, very good fighter. And I think Salt Poppy could probably become number 1 on this list in a couple years or two. Or a couple years. But yeah, Salt Poppy, I really like the way he boxes, and I think he could take it far for sure. And you can just see how popular he is already. He didn't have this level of fame before the YouTube boxing, but people really like how he fights, and they like his personality. So, Salt Poppy, number 3.
Are going to be hellacious for him because he won't have much guessing. Was that
Give Tommy something to look at he hasn't seen.
And then there was 2. And number 2, as you already saw, is KSI. The former number 1. If we were making this list back after 2018, it's KSI through and through. KSI took a big break after that Logan Paul 2 win, and he let someone come up, someone take that spot. But KSI is very, very good, but I'd argue he's a lot like Gib, where it was a lot of hard work to get where he is right now. I would say KSI has more natural attributes that would lead him to be a better boxer, like his power, even though I think Gib is probably a better technical boxer. If Gib had KSI's power, I would say Gib is better. It just, KSI's power is clearly a lot to handle. Just by the way guys, when they get hit by it, they kind of shut down. Luis Pineda isn't amazing. He's the GOAT, but, you see the way he fights guys his size, and their power doesn't bother him. But the moment KSI landed a body shot, he just shut down. But the way Temper went out like that, it kind of just showed me that, yeah, there's levels to the game, and KSI is definitely in the top echelon of those levels. But there's one person who's above KSI on this list, and as much as he might hate to say it, number 1 is...
He's hurt. Gib is hurt. And now he's down again.
He's done it from time to time. Just hasn't been...
It's the obvious choice. Jake has beaten guys that, no one on this list had even come close to beating. The fact that Jake beat arguably the GOAT of striking, Anderson Silva, yeah, he was almost 50, but still, it's not like Silva was walked away from fighting or anything. He was very freshly removed from fighting. In fact, Silva was doing professional boxing matches and winning said professional boxing matches before Jake ended up fighting him. So it's not like Silva wasn't game. Yeah, he was washed a little bit. I mean, Jake gets a lot of hate for the guys he fights at his age, but Jake is still very good. You can tell by the way he fights, his power, his tenacity. He's a very, very good influencer boxer. And I would argue that he has worked as hard as anybody, and he has almost as much skill as anybody in the influencer scene. The loss to Tommy, I thought Jake did about as good as he could have. The only way Jake's going to win a fight against Tommy, most likely, is Tommy having a really off night, or Jake just landing that crushing right hand just to the temple. But other than that, I mean, you really just can't make the argument that Jake's not number one. And I mean, maybe KSI beats him in a year, or maybe Sal Poppy gets that fight and beats him. We'll see. But I mean, right now there's just a clear number one YouTube boxer, and that's Jake Paul. I hope you guys got to the end of this video. It's been a while since I made one of these, isn't it? I don't really know how to do an outro. I know I did the whole see ya thing a while back, but this is a new start to this channel, so we'll just work out with some things. I'm just gonna say I love you, kisses, goodbye.